Meanwhile, on Parliament Hill, the Carney government is tightening up the steel trade with foreign nations. Today, Prime Minister Mark Carney announced that quotas of foreign imports are dropping and more support is coming for the steel and lumber industries. This as Ottawa continues to pivot without a new trade deal with the United States. Jason Gaidola joins us live in studio with details on this story. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Taz. Prime Minister Mark Carney excluded the United States and Mexico from the equation of these new measures, insisting that this is a global approach to help stimulate domestic markets, mainly for businesses in home building and infrastructure.
Demand is coming. We're creating that demand, and that's a big part of what this announcement today is about.
That was the Prime Minister late this afternoon, announcing that more help is on the way for Canada's steel and lumber industries. Carney says steel import quotas for countries without a free trade agreement with Canada will be limited from 50% to 20% of last year's levels. Countries with free trade pacts, excluding the U.S. and Mexico, will also see their quotas drop from 100% to 75% of 2024 levels. The federal government also says any steel imported above those thresholds will be hit with a surtax of 50%. Among other measures, the Carney government is also adding an additional $500 million in loan guarantees for the softwood lumber industry, and freight rates for steel and lumber shipments across Canada will be cut by 50% next year. The Prime Minister says today's actions could open up more than $800 million in the open Canadian market.
The government's plan to cut shipping costs by 50% for lumber and steel as it transits across Canada is actually a really big deal. One of the reasons why we don't trade as much within Canada as we do externally is because of the large shipping costs. Our country is very big, and it's actually a shorter distance from Hamilton to Texas than it is from Hamilton to Calgary. So the fact that the government is going to subsidize the transportation up to 50% of the cost, it really is very significant for the industry. It's going to help the industry to refocus on the Canadian market and be.
Much of the new trade measures will go into effect on December 26th. This afternoon, Carney was also asked about caucus resistance regarding his upcoming pipeline announcement with Alberta. He says he'll release those details tomorrow. Meanwhile, Carney was also asked about U.S. President Donald Trump, confirming that he did speak with him yesterday, but trade talks have not restarted. Carney will see Trump next week while they attend a FIFA World Cup event in the U.S.